Hi, and welcome to part 2 of Jalopy and Philosophy. Okay, I made a small change to the game. I have actually deactivated uh, the mirrors. They're not here anymore. The side mirrors, I think, in the car. It had a huge performance drop from them, and they don't really do anything. So, kind of just got rid of them. Well, the car got reset into this parking space. If I'm lucky, then the people who gave me money might be reset as well. So I'm just quickly gonna check this. Not this guy. Yeah, that reset. So yeah, that's actually a way to make a quick extra buck. If the developer is watching this, you might want to address this. So if you save, exit the game, load your game, then everything resets to its original state so you can get extra money. I suppose that that's not really the idea. Even the car looks better. So anyway, who told me? Alright. So I'm first of all gonna drive to the border and get our next trip set up. And I actually have no idea which way I have to go. Suppose I just kind of follow the road and see where the border is. Huh. I wish it would actually only disable the side mirrors and keep the rear view mirror, because that one is kind of immersive. So I'll just turn it away for a little bit. Right, so here we are at the border. The green thing tells you what you cannot have in your car, so that's medicine. But I don't have anything in here, so... Alright, hello sir. Are you the guy from Papers, Please? I loved you in that game. Yeah, there's random checks. Oh yeah, I have to declare a route first. Okay, let's bring out our map and... Oh. Those are pretty long, and this is short, 280 kilometers with a surprise in there. Well, I need the money and it's good weather, so I'll take that. I know it's a short trip, but... Well, yeah, make do with that for now. Once I upgrade the car, or at least get some upgrades going, then I'll do the 400 and something kilometer drives. So, since this is a video in which I like to talk about things, I want to talk about the controversial new rage that I'm actually a part of, which is called vaping. You've probably seen it. The electronic cigarettes used to be like a small pen-like thingy that gave out no smoke and was there to help smokers quit. And then things became quite a lot more elaborate with high-powered devices that, well, basically make you look like uh, a steamboat. Now, I'll tell you the story of how I started smoking first. I think I was around 15 or 16. I know that's pretty young to do this, but bear with me. And me and my friends were actually discovering alcohol for the first time, going to our first parties, getting drunk for the first time. And didn't take us that much longer, because we are pretty close to Holland here, or the Netherlands, I'm sorry. Don't forget that getting drugs at a young age isn't really hard, and getting booze is basically the easiest thing ever. So we started experimenting with some weed, and none of us were smokers. So first couple of times that was, I mean, painful, um, but we managed to keep it more or less in our lungs and get a nice little high out of it when we were 16 or something, and we started doing it more regular, more regular. But I never actually smoked cigarettes when I was at that age. Just the tobacco that was put in the joints. So I, well, you could say I was a smoker and not a smoker at the same time. I was smoking tobacco and then weed, but I wasn't smoking traditional cigarettes like a pack a day or however much you consider real smokers to smoke. Uh, so as time then progressed, I was 18. I went to university and I lived on campus and well, not really on campus, it's just a small shared apartment with other students. There were 11 students in my building, and I think that about 9 of them were also pot smokers, and a lot of them were also regular smokers. As I was living alone there, I could smoke in my room, no problem. So I started smoking pot in my room, and when I ran out of pot, I had a sudden craving to keep smoking, and that's when I didn't use my pack of cigarettes just to get the tobacco out of them. I actually started smoking them for real and more frequently. I didn't really realize that I was doing it, but then at points I would go to a bar or to a party and I would find myself smoking regular cigarettes, always under the excuse of like, yeah, but I'm not really a smoker. I'm just doing this because I can't smoke pot now, or I don't want to smoke pot, or I'm out of money for pot, or whatever. But it kept getting worse and worse. And then at some point, I just decided, you know what, this pot smoking is bad for me. I'm gonna quit this. So I quit smoking pot from one day to the next without any problem. But I couldn't quit the normal cigarettes, which in fact was a big problem. And wait, what do we need here? A battery. Alright, okay, get you over there. And it got worse. I started smoking more and more. And what? Why can't I place a battery in here? Hi. Why is it? What is this? Do I need to charge the battery or something? How do I charge the battery? Oh, okay, I have to. I had to hold the other battery to put in the 100% charge. Well, that makes sense. Oh well, now it's back to the 0%. So yeah, I in fact became a chain smoker at some point, and that was not quite the most fun thing ever. And what's with the batteries? Why can't I? It would be cool if I could just put that back in normally. Oh, I'm just stuck here with a battery in my hand. Okay. So I smoked a lot for about 10 years, I guess. What is this? Oh, that's a nice engine, even though it's broken. Um, and at some point last year, must have been around New Year's, I guess, when everybody said like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stop doing this, start doing that." And I said to myself, "Well, this smoking's gotta stop." But when you're a big time smoker and like me, and you like going out and drinking beers, lots of beers, then it's not that easy to just like quit, because you have a lot of friends that go to the bar as well, and you meet a lot of people in the bar, and they all smoke. And even some of them will say like, yeah, good for you. If you quit smoking, it will all be fine. And others will say, you can't quit. Come on, have a beer, have a smoke. Come on. So yeah, my first attempt, as you can probably guess, failed miserably. So then, a friend of mine came up with the brilliant idea of letting me try his e-cigarette once. And he said, yeah, you probably, with all your beer drinking and tough act and stuff, you're probably gonna be like, yeah, you don't want this. It's for pussies. It's electronic. It tastes like fruit and mint and whatever. So I tried it and I actually instantly liked it a lot, but I didn't want to admit it. Uh, so a couple of weeks later, I actually ordered one of the higher powered ones, because in a way I didn't want to have no smoke anymore. If I had to quit smoking, and I smoked a lot, then the replacement would also have to be at least give me some kick. I mean, otherwise it would have failed in less than 2 days or something. So I got me a pretty high-powered mod with a tank on it. I got me some e-juices with nicotine. And I have to say, it has now been nearly a year, and I haven't smoked a single classic cigarette since I started vaping. And I am no longer putting nicotine in my liquids. So in like something of like 5 months, I was already at half the normal nicotine that I was used to smoking. And not much later, really didn't get that need for that nicotine rush anymore. And I was able to just calmly quit smoking nicotine, which was great. It takes away that feeling of utter addiction. Also, you have no idea, if you haven't smoked, you have no idea how big the impact of not smoking actually is on your body. I've always underestimated that greatly. Oh, shit. That is a big crate. Okay, I'm not gonna take the big crate then. I'll take the little one. So, I always thought that when people say, yeah, if you quit smoking, then you start tasting everything again, and life just generally gets better. Your health is better. Your food will taste better. And all I could think of was, how full of shit are you? My food tastes great even while I'm smoking. But man, was I wrong. You don't notice it, but once you quit cigarettes, it's insane how much more you can taste and smell in a very, very short time after. And well, I'm glad I did quit. So the coughing's also gone, your lungs clear up, taste is back. It's really great, and the vaping really helped me. Now, that having said that, and now you know my story why I'm vaping, I've seen other people do it, and I normally go talk to them because, yeah, the vaping subculture actually is true. We all want to know what devices they're using, or what liquids, what flavors, and stuff like that. So, as I walked up to some guy with a beard and pierced ears, and I asked him, "Hey, what's you using? I'm using this 200 watt mod. You have this thing, zero nicotine." So I said, "Oh, congrats! So you quit smoking as well?" And he said to me, "Oh, no, I never smoked. I just vape." And that's when I thought, okay, this is getting misguided. And I started thinking, is this really what's happening? Are there actually people who never smoked, who just think, you know what, I like this I like to shock clouds. I want to be a cloud shocker. It's cool. I want to fill up a whole room full of aerosol. Yeah, that's really awesome. People will love me for that. Yeah, they won't, first of all. And second, if you weren't a smoker, then there's really no reason to start inhaling any stuff into your lungs because we still don't know the long-term effects of vaping. It could be that it's actually as damaging as cigarettes. Well, it probably isn't, but I mean, it could be as long as there's no scientific evidence on long-term vaping, then we can't be 100% sure, and we need to keep an open mind that there is still a health risk. Anything that goes in your lungs is a health risk, even air. If a bus stopped next to you and you're breathing in its exhaust fumes, you're breathing in air mixed with exhaust fumes, and it's not gonna be good, even though you're outside. And people say, you should go outside, get some fresh air. Air's never that fresh. But yeah, having said that, if you see people vaping, there are gonna be two kinds. So there's gonna be the smokers who are trying to quit. Support those guys. They'll actually be not showing off. They'll just be vaping and enjoying their taste. And they'll be standing next to other smokers because, well, yeah, they used to smoke, so they're not gonna be douchebags about smoking. They know what it's like. They may not like it anymore, but they're not gonna be assholes. And then there's the bearded guy with piercings, tattoos that say "I love my mama," who has never smoked but just wants to act tough. Now, you should beat up those people. No, I'm not kidding. I wouldn't endorse violence at all, but still, yeah, you know what I mean. If you're one of those people, quit it now. I mean, do it before it becomes too embarrassing. Really, trust me. You don't want to risk your life to look cool. Ever. I mean, that's a given. Ever. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, and from my personal experience as an ex-smoker, that is what I wanted to do. So, well, that tool didn't have much in it, so there's 2 out of 4, 1 out of 3, I'll buy one more, do some repairs. So yeah, again, the question goes out to you guys. Can you relate to this? Have you been a smoker? Do you vape? Do you find it offensive when people smoke or vape? What are your opinions on smoking bans in general? And what are your opinions on smokers? And do you find them to be a lesser people, or so to speak? Or do you just say, everybody's equal, we all make mistakes, everybody can atone for anything? Just, use the comments, have some fun, and we can have a discussion there, no problem. If you have any suggestions for other topics, let me know. I always appreciate a good talk. So anyway, we have now finished the second part of our trip to Turkey. The engine is doing fine. Haven't had a flat tire yet, so I'm not gonna spend money on those. There is still one little thingy here that I want to take care of. And as you can see, I haven't actually bought a crowbar yet. These boxes take up about as much space as their contents, so figured I might just use the crowbar in the shop right in front of her nose. We have coffee beans, as those are worth nothing. Great. Well, you know what? Why don't you give me a free 80 mark or whatever? Yeah, did I buy an extra? No, I'll just I'm losing my concentration here. These road trips are long and hard. Still wonder why the engine is. It's not that bad. It's all pretty damn fine, but it's smoking like crazy. This car's smoking hot. I heard it on another video. I had to repeat it. Forgot who it was. Alright, let's go to the hotel. Hopefully find some money there. Then sleep, and then that will be it for this video. And I appreciate that you watched. Okay, come this way. So yeah, so this is one of the things why you need a stronger engine. Look at it suffer. I mean, imagine if you were driving a car like this in real life in those countries and you see a hill and you're just thinking, oh god, no, I'm never gonna make it. This time I'm not gonna make it. I made it. I made it and I'm not gonna die out here in the wilderness. That's a real life survival game. Will my car make it up that hill or not? Alright, where's the hotel again? Oh, there it is. Okay, you know what's gonna happen though? I'm gonna have to cut the video when I go to sleep. And what I do after that is I basically save and quit. Then I have a look at the video, I clean up the sound and other things. Start uploading it to YouTube, then launch the game again and continue playing for, I don't know, a couple of episodes or as many as I feel like doing on that day. But the thing is that, of course, the room's resets, so I'm always gonna get a little bit extra money from that, I hope. I don't consider it cheating. It's in the game. Well, it is in a way. It's kind of abusing an unintentional thing in the game, but we're driving a jalopy, and this is a poor man's voyage. So I'm gonna take everything I can get. Alright guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next vid.